Welcome back. And as you can see over there we have a witch hut. And you know what that means? We're going to make a witch farm. So I've started working on this path here that leads over here. And then it goes down to this little pier or something. And over here we're going to build ourselves a witch farm. Let's see if there's any witch inside. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna start working on it and I'll be back soon. So here you can see what we have. Each of these cobblestone blocks is a corner of a spawning platform, so there you can fit 3 platforms here. So that's what we're going to do. And then we are going to cover it. So if the platforms are here, then we need a slit here for them to fall, and this will be the corner. Like so. And then we need space on this side for redstone, so we will make it something like that, I think, in size. I have built up the base of our structure here. On the inside you can see the 3 spawn floors. This is where we will fit the redstone that will control the thing, and the roof will extend over here later. If I fit the redstone down here, I will try to make this second roof here lower than this one to give it some variety, and if not possible I will just extend it. And these holes down here will be filled with cobblestone. What to do up here I am not sure yet. This is a large structure and it doesn't really fit in very well with the town, so I kind of want it to be very overgrown and kind of covered with leaves and stuff, and kind of feel like a haunted mansion in the forest kind of thing. And yeah, I've done a bit more work on it, on our thing here. So we have a bit of a walkway around the building. These trapdoors on the walls are supposed to be like boarded windows basically. Because we can't actually put windows because we need darkness inside. So that's that, and the other walls haven't been put in yet because I don't want complete darkness while I'm working inside. So just this side, but this is what we have. And then down here I think we will put fences around that will look pretty nice. I made this road and this old broken bridge here that leads to our witch farm that is very overgrown. And we have the entrance there. This area will be, we'll cover this with more bushes and we'll bone meal the grass, and it will be very lush. And up here these stone walls show the border of like the garden, so we will have some traces of old vegetables here, so we will plant some carrots and beetroots and potatoes around here. And then we will plant a lot more trees over here as well. And I'm putting vines on the trees I'm growing, like here. They will grow down later, so that they will fit in. And this is our witch farm. And if we look inside here, it doesn't actually have an interior. It just have all the redstone here. So this lever up here will turn it on and off. So let's see if we can't do that, and then move it there so that it's easier to access. This door doesn't seem to be keeping out light very well. That's okay. This is not a very efficient farm, and it's a design that I came up with using water behind trapdoors. And like I said, it's not very efficient, but that's okay. We won't be very much in this, spend very much time in this area anyway, so it won't be active that much. And even if the area around here is not, the caves and stuff are not lit up at all, so it's not gonna be efficient. But it is a witch farm, so at least we have one. And later, if we want to make it more efficient, we can light up the area and stuff. Also, we will have a mob farm at spawn, which should give us enough resources so that we don't actually need this. It's just nice to have it. And if we look at the map, that is, these are the two maps here. And from the roof of the witch farm, you actually get a pretty good view of our little village. Looks pretty nice, I think. Here is the whole map of the area as it is at the moment. We have the main village, the gristmill, the granary, and the large wheat fields all over here. Here would be the graveyard, the church is there, and here is the witch farm, and the broken bridge there. And this right here is where the witch farm drops come. So it's just at the portal for easy access. So we are here now, and that's the witch farm. So it's just a water tunnel at the bottom that goes like so, and then so, and then with the waterway elevator up. It comes up behind here into a hopper. And this right here is the design of the witch farm. It's currently off, so the water is flowing to prevent spawns when it's not running. And this is the how it works. We have a clock here, a hopper clock. Our actual farm have a bit more items than this. I think we have a little bit more than a stack, so like a stack of 10 items or something like that. And every time this block moves, this server is triggered, which triggers this comparator pulse extender here, which holds the doors open, the trapdoors, for a while. And the signal just is inverted, and then it goes both down and up here. So if we turn it on, now when the pulse extender runs out, the trapdoor should close. Yeah, there we go. And when this every time that clock ticks over, the doors will open for a while. And it's timed to be open long enough for a mob that is standing here to fall off the edge. And so it's 6 comparators. And the space in between is so that a short signal can actually trigger it. Because if we do like this, and let's put a lamp here or something. Like this works fine. But if we have a shorter pulse, like you can see, it just doesn't work because it isn't on long enough. And even if we were to put a repeater in front of it, a full 4-tick repeater, it works, but it starts flashing. It's not flashing slow enough for the what's it called, the lamp to turn off. But if we, for example, have a hopper, you can hear that it's a clock instead of a pulse extender. So what we then can do is, if we remove these and move them like this and have the exact same setup, just with spaces in between. Okay, now that I placed this, okay, you just heard 1 tick. So it works as it should. Also, I use some different designs depending on the location for emptying hoppers into water streams and so on. Droppers, sorry. So if we take, say, 10 items, like so. And sometimes you don't have available space behind it, so then you can do this instead. I believe you can do it like that. Yeah. So this one takes a bit less space. If you have, for example, hopper going into this from this direction, and then the water stream in front, that works just fine. And this is the most compact version. There is a sticky piston beneath this hopper, but it does it's more resource expensive because you need a sticky piston and 2 observers, whereas here you just need a repeater and something else. And just so if we, this one is also the fastest, and yeah. So those are the different ones. I tend to use this one the most because it's cheap on materials and it can fit in most places. Also, to quickly explain why this works, if you have a repeater, a comparator, sorry, in subtraction mode, and you power it, it will be a clock, because it will unpower itself, and then it will turn on, and then just goes on a loop. And yeah, problem is that if you have a weak signal, let's see, is this weak enough? Ah, perfect. So you see that since a comparator sends out the signal of the same strength that it comes in, the signal just travels 2 blocks, doesn't go all the way around. So that's why we have a repeater which resets the length to maximum, the signal to maximum power. It does slow it down a little bit, however, but this way we can have it so that a dropper will always get emptied. Because if we had a dropper here, oops. So just do that. If we had it like this, and we put in 1 item, it will not shoot, it will just have a signal strength of 1. It will not shoot until we reach a certain value. And that value is still only 1 here, even though we have 30 items. And still now, it is triggering the clock, but the signal is not strong enough to actually trigger the hopper. So even though we have this many items, it's not triggering. It's not emptying, but if we do this, it will. So that's that clock. There are many different types of clocks you can use, obviously. But when emptying a dropper, it's convenient to use a comparator clock, because, well, you need a comparator to take output from the dropper anyways. Another type of clock that's very easy to make is this. You just put 2 hoppers facing each other and they will update each other. However, you can't stop them by powering them or anything, so to stop them you would need to move 1. So it's a very compact clock, but you need a piston to stop it. Also, this is a bit peculiar. You can hear the speed it's firing at. If we move it away and then back, it's a lot faster. And if we replace it, it's slow again. Also, I suppose you wouldn't need to actually turn it off, because as soon as an object would fall into this, it would just get shot out. But if it is somewhere nearby where you are playing, like spending time, this sound might get quite annoying. In 1.14, all blocks destroyed by a TNT will be dropped as items. So I've been playing around a bit with some ideas for stone farms, cobblestone farms for using TNT. And I have 2 designs here. This one is the first one. It's the largest by far, and also the most complex. It has ZeroTick pulses for all the different pistons to move them as quickly as possible. So even though there's only 1 cobblestone generator, it moves blocks pretty quickly. It's not very fast though, but it does a thing. This piston is not triggering. Oh, oops. it's creating this box here. Oh, it is working. Okay. This is a full box. So, yeah, it's not very fast. But it blows. This one, I try to make it simply blow up as many cobblestone as possible. Of course, there could be more because you could put on these sides too, but that's okay. And this one, it's 3 cobblestone generators down here, and it pulls the blocks up and then pushes them over, and then it drops TNT on a loop. That is all it does. But it does make cobblestone, so it's good, and it's not very big or complicated or expensive to make. The most expensive part would be the TNT. You could of course use a TNT duper, but it's a bit cheaty, I think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.